And we're
And
live.
woohoo!
Hello,
So,
Substack. John, good
woohoo!
morning. How are you this
Good
beautiful?
morning.
Well, okay, not so beautiful here on Lemmy Island. It is
It's
dark
beautiful
and
in
stormy.
Chicago, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had our storminess yesterday, so
uh,
like today's nice and sunny. It's pleasant. So
yeah,
yes,
good,
yes, it's
good.
lovely. So,
So you were telling me this weekend about a course that you have created,
yes,
and it really made me excited because it's titled, correct me if I'm wrong, The Sovereign Return.
yes, that
Yes.
is correct.
And you know how much sovereignty and agency plays a part of my work,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Like my ultimate goal is 5 million or better, always or better, 5 million
yes,
or better entrepreneurs claiming for themselves $5 million or better in sovereign profits. And for
yes,
me, when I am using that word and in that context, because sovereign profits is my term, this is not an accounting term, uh, is when your life is fully funded, like anything that you want and desire for your life, your savings, your retirement, your debt paid off, your taxes paid, all of that. Oh, Liz says she's got no sound. Can everybody else hear
uh-oh.
me? Liz, that might be you. Anybody else? Okay, good now. Great.
Awesome. Yay. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Always let us know if you're having technical difficulties, because if it's on our part, we want to fix it. So after all of that is done and said, that good, kind, heart-centered human beings have 5 million or better in order to pour into the world and make the world a better place. Those to
Yes,
me are sovereign profits. And to claim those sovereign profits for yourself, you first have to claim sovereignty for yourself,
yes,
right?
yes.
So that's how I use it in my work. I want you to tell us how you use it in yours.
Yes. So, sovereignty to me is actually what you just said. It's about claiming that sovereignty of self. It is
Mhm.
claiming back the power, our voice, our identity.
Mhm.
Um, and so often, especially as empaths and highly sensitive people, we are so conditioned from an early age to keep the peace, to be small, make sure everyone else is happy because we feel their emotions, we feel what's going on in the spaces that we're in, and we start to abandon ourselves in favor of everyone and everything else around us. And so part of my journey was I had abandoned myself quite thoroughly. Um, and there was this moment in my life where it's like, I actually don't need anyone else's approval or peace or calm for me to live as me for me. So, how do I claim that back? How do I prove myself as sovereign in my life? And um, it gives me like full body goosebumps because I was also raised in a conservative Christian Baptist home
Mhm.
where, and town, where the only thing that's sovereign is God.
Yeah.
Everything else below that, you are subservient to. Um, and this is no diss on any belief system, but it is a training,
Mhm.
very, very young conditioning. And so for me, my journey started about 2018 or so. And what does that look like? Little by little, how do I start to trust my body? How do I come back to it? How do I know when I'm out of alignment, both in the spaces that I'm in, the people that I'm associating with, what I'm doing with and for my body? Um, yeah, and the tools. So for me, that's the sovereignty,
Yep.
right? It's coming back, it's owning me first and foremost, because I am the most important person in my life.
Yep.
And I have to be that in order to prioritize, in order to show up more fully for everybody else.
I remember at one point you had a coaching container called self-centered coaching.
Self-centered coaching, yes.
Right, which I love because of the play on words,
Yeah,
and because so often in my work, I'm like, you have to put yourself at the center. Like
Yeah.
you are the epicenter of your prosperity. You are the beginning and the end of everything that you desire for yourself and for your people. So you got to put yourself first. And I so many people are conditioned to believe that that actually is what's wrong with the world. Everybody's only thinking about themselves. And I would agree, what would be wrong with the world is everybody was only ever thinking about themselves, right?
Yes.
But we have to take care of ourselves first so that, always that, so that we can take care of others, right? I've demonstrated it here on Substack multiple times, either in writing or on another live, where and really I need to have like a setup for this so that I can do it just every time on live. You got your cup, right?
Yes.
We got to pour into our cup. And what we usually do is we pour into our cup some, and then we pour it out onto others, right? So we're constantly at a deficit. My belief system and the way I work with clients, the work that you and I have done together has really revolved around how do I pour my cup to overflowing so that I can give from the overflow, or as I like to say, serve from the saucer.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Well, and I was thinking about that this morning because I love that analogy. And also, I think part of my mindset is your cup could be overflowing, but if it's sitting on the counter over there and I'm not holding on to it, I'm still not in ownership of it. I'm still not receiving the benefit.
Yep.
And I think that's part of that sovereign return is like, I get to hold the cup. It gets to overflow and I get to serve from the saucer, but I have to be holding the cup. I can't say I have a cup.
Right.
And it's over there. It's mine. I'm holding it. And I get to serve from that, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times we do say, "Oh, my cup is full. It's here," but
is it
okay? Is it? Is it? Yeah. Is it though? Is that true? One of my favorite phrases, which is also in the chorus, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, and I think it being self-centered does not equate to being selfish. And I think that's a correlation that a lot of people make. You can be self-centered and still be selfless and still do things for the greater good of the world, right? You can be self-centered. You can be sovereign to the detriment of no one without causing harm. And I think that's the most important thing.
Yep. Well, how many
times to yourself?
Very true. How many times have you heard me say that I believe that we all deserve absolutely anything and everything we desire simply because we exist and it harms no one?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
And to me, the sovereign return is really all about coming back to center. Like the way I interpret your emails that I've received about it and our conversations, it's about returning to center, getting to know yourself so well, so deeply, that when you make a choice, when you make a decision, you're doing it from a place of alignment and truth and purpose, so that you can actually do the things, be the things, have the things, impact the people that you feel called to touch.
Yes.
Would that be accurate?
Yes. That is absolutely accurate. Yes.
Yeah.
And also the verbiage, the sovereign return. I grew up reading Tolkien and C.S. Lewis and these beautiful, mystical, magical, fantastical worlds. And this language also, to me, like part of the magic of it for me is, yes, there's coaching. Yes, there's tools, there's things, but it is within your own story. It is your own temple, the temple of your body. It is within the garden of your beliefs, the garden of your values. What do we need to dig up and evaluate, right? what is intentional, what has been inherited and absorbed, and carrying that thread, that metaphor throughout. I believe it makes it a little more somatic, right? And less clinical. I think that's the thing, right? It says taking all of this and it's saying, how do I get to reside in my body in a way that feels safe and comfortable and acknowledged and honored? How do I evaluate
Freeing.
what, yeah, right? Do I
Mhm.
close up when I think about these are my values and these are my beliefs versus these are my values, these are my beliefs, this is what I stand for,
Mhm.
right? And starting and there's no good or bad, right or wrong about them. It's just observing, acknowledging, and addressing
Yeah.
what needs to be addressed. And when we're in that place, we get to stay there. We become the hosts, inviting people into our world, into our realm, fully embodied, instead of thinking that in order to protect ourselves, we have to leave our realm and go live in everybody else's for the
Mm.
sake of protection.
So it's safe once you have that sovereign return, once you've returned to that center and you've started to embody these truths rather than just holding them mentally, right? Getting
Yeah.
out of the head and into the body.
Yes.
There not only is it I don't have to leave my world and join others in order to fit in, belong, and that to protect that which feels sacred to me,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I love that part of the way you're envisioning sovereignty is, well, welcome to Shayna's world.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
You get to
Exactly.
kind of
Yes.
open the doors
Yeah.
and feel safe doing so.
Yeah. Because my
Yeah.
temple, my gardens, my
Mhm.
life is
Yeah.
freaking amazing. And you get to come here.
Yeah. Enjoy the
I
benefits
don't
of
have to
it.
be anything less. I don't have to show up any different. I can do what I want, be what I want. That honors my truest, highest aligned self.
Mhm.
And if that doesn't align with you, the exit of the garden is over here. Right? Like,
Great. And no judgment, no
and
shame,
there's no
no
judgment. No.
right. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I like to invite people into Shayna's world because in my world there are rules, right? That I
Mhm.
think everybody deserves to experience and then choose the ones that feel good and right for them, that they can then
Yeah.
take these rules, these tools, these ideas into their own space and create
Yes.
John's world and Liz's world and Jerry's world, right?
Yes.
It's not a competition, there's not a conflict. To me it's like these overlapping spheres that create bounty for everybody involved. Like
Yes. And I
I'm yes,
love visiting your
I'm
world. Visiting your world is amazing, and I love it. Right? And I come home back to myself also.
uh-huh.
Right? Like we get to have both. And
Yep.
that's the intent. That's the energy exchange. That's the growth. Because we are aligned, we don't abandon our to be in each other's space. We
Yeah.
actually amplify. Like especially explicitly you and I, the amazing things that happen when we share space.
Um, so John lives rent free in my head. He lives rent free in my husband's head. And he's been doing this to me for years. When did we meet the first time?
The first
I
time
mean,
in person was
well, 2020
2019.
we went to Bali together. 2019 was in meeting you in Chicago, right?
Yes.
And so we met online in probably either early 2019 or late 2018. Does that sound about right?
Yes. That
Yeah.
is accurate. Yes.
Yeah. Um, and basically I adopted him and said, you are now my bestie and you're not allowed to leave. Um,
Yes, please.
but one of the things that you have done, I was about to say to me, for me. I'm going to say for
For
me.
you,
You
yes.
haven't done anything to me.
Yes.
You have done for me for nearly 8 years is when I am just riffing and saying things, when I make a definitive statement that you question. First of all, you don't push back and like, Shaneh, that's stupid. You shouldn't say that. You tilt your head. But is that true?
Yep. It's my favorite question.
Is that true? Which stops me in my tracks, makes me review what I just said, and then identify what is the thing that I am holding is true, and is it actually true, or is it
Is
something
it
I
true?
want to be
Yeah.
true? I
And
mean,
how
it
do
may
you
be
know?
true right
Yeah.
now, and it doesn't have to always be that way.
Yes.
You have done that so often for me and for Barry that he does it now. He's like, I heard John, but is that true? No.
My work here is done. Beautiful. Okay.
I love
But
it.
it's an important thing. We are
Mhm.
story making machines,
Yep.
and our mind will immediately draw correlations and make connections and just say things as fact
Mhm.
to keep us comfortable, to keep us safe, to avoid a potential of something happening. And oh my God, like, is that true? And what like and what proof do you have that it's actually true? Or is it just a story? Right?
Right.
Like it's both. And likewise, like for you, it's like this or better.
Mhm.
Right? Like it
Yep.
sets this foundational thing. It's like, I, this is what I want. Or
Or
better,
better.
right? And is that for my greatest and highest good, right? And
Mhm.
you also live rent free in my head on the regular. And actually, both of those phrases are things that are within the program, like, because they're so important and they've been so fundamental in reclaiming sovereignty over my desires as
Mhm.
well. I get to want what I want,
Yep. Without
no
apology,
shame.
without
Yes.
explanation. It's just what I want.
Yep.
And and so for those of you that are new to me and my philosophies, or better, please note it's not or more, right? And or better is simply opening the door to the universe to deliver that which is in my highest and best that I can't imagine. Because we
Yes.
tell ourselves story, we build worlds, and those worlds are finite because they max the capacity of our imagination, right? And as we grow, that capacity grows, but in any moment it is fixed. It is to the max of our capacity. And I believe that the universe in its infinite abundant wisdom can hold a bigger vision than I can. So I want
Mhm.
5 million or better entrepreneurs having 5 million or better in sovereign profits in order to help make this
Mhm.
world a better place. And I'm saying or better because the universe may have a different path in which my impact gets to shape the world that I can't currently imagine.
Mhm.
So I
Yes.
surrender into that or better. But I wasn't able to do that until I started reclaiming and returning to my own sovereignty. Now, I believe this
Mhm.
is an ongoing journey.
There is no end to it. There
There is
is no end.
it is the never-ending story.
Yeah,
You're
and it's
so right.
beautiful in that way.
Mhm.
Like, I feel like that's the beauty of life. The sovereign return is just coming back and moving into yourself. It's coming back.
Yep.
And you know what? You might decide you wanna change the curtains and lay out your it gets to still grow and change and evolve because we are evolving beings. We're and me and my human design, right? So I'm a mental projector, a 1-3, which means I am the lifelong learner,
Yep.
and I learn through my my lessons learned, and then those are the things that I then love to carry forward. So that learning, if I am not learning, it's because I'm dead. Right? Like that's it, right? Like
Yep.
and it's about me learning whatever that might be. It could be technology, it's about myself, it's about relationships, it's about life, whatever that is, right? And so that or better. And it, it's so important. It is that constant evolution. And the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know. And I'm so happy for that. Like it's glorious. So I would say that's probably a big part of what of my own personal evolution of going from self-centered coaching to the sovereign returns. Like it's not right yet. There's still a little bit more. And I had to finally put a stake in the ground and say, all right, it's ready for the world. We can share. We can share. It's good. It's good. And it will continue to change and grow as I continue to change and grow, as the people in my sphere continue to change and grow.
Yep.
And that's the gorgeousness of it. Like great, I've
Yep.
returned. I live here. I inhabit. I may take a detour and I get to return again.
Yep.
Right? What's going to be new and different? I don't know, but it's exciting. I love it. But yeah.
Well, self-centered coaching was before you did all the somatic learning and the
Mhm.
sound, right? You were doing the breath work already,
I was
but
doing breath work, starting sound, starting
starting sound,
somatic movement.
starting with
Yeah.
somatic, but you hadn't really dived into it. And so self-centered coaching, I think, stayed from the neck up. Okay, maybe the shoulders. Maybe the
Yeah.
shoulders were involved, but pretty much from the neck up, right? The
Yeah.
sovereign return feels like something we get to inhabit, right? It is a world, it is a temple that we get to walk through and find the nooks and cranny that hold the sacred stone, sign, elixir, wash our hands in the sacred waters.
Mhm.
You have created I I'm spoiled, I'm lucky. Uh, John has shown me some
Uh,
of the behind the scenes of the sovereign return. And you've created this beautiful art to go with it. And when you look into the art, like there's so many nuanced layers to what you can see and take from it. Like
mhm.
so, you're touching me when I'm looking at this stuff through your words, through your imagery, through the actions and thoughts that you're having me like consciously review. I imagine there will also be movement. I could be wrong. I don't know everything about it, but I imagine there will
Mhm.
also be movement. Uh,
Yes.
like I am more excited about this than I have been programs in a long time. And I am the queen. You can sell me on an
Yeah.
educational opportunity like
Yeah.
it's the oxygen I need to breathe. And I discovered this was my own doing my own martyr math is that I have a tendency to purchase in order to fix or save myself. And
Mhm.
there's nothing about me when I read the words about the program that makes me feel like I need to be saved, that I'm
Mhm.
broken. You're not pushing on those very bro marketing pain points in order to trigger that need of mine.
Mhm.
Instead, what I feel when I read the copy and the emails is excited to go on a journey
Mhm.
to discover what's around the bend, and that I'm already enough as I am right now, and I just get to know myself a little better. Like,
Yes.
that feels beautiful to me. Thank
Yay.
you.
I'm glad. You're very welcome. It's important to me when people show up
Mhm,
that they already know that they're there for that
mhm.
journey. I'm not here to convince anybody
Yep.
to say, oh, nobody needs me. Nobody needs my program.
Yep.
It is a doorway, just like we all have so many doorways in life to
Mhm.
walk through, and the right people will find their way to that entrance. And I I feel like, there's a difference the in the coaching world, well, or just in life in general. Everyone has a role and a purpose, right? If someone
Mhm.
is learning how to swim, right, they fall out of a boat, they start to drown, they may need somebody that is more certified in CPR and resuscitation,
Yep.
and that's a different skill set. I am not a therapist. I am not a psychologist. And I know that in that moment, in that crisis, those are the right people,
Hmm.
right? And I feel like in that type of analogy, in that scenario, I'm more the person like, okay, you've gone through that. You're now ready to not go through that again. How do we look forward? What are the tools? How do we prevent that, right? Give you the skills in the way that you want to be, in the way that you want to show up for
Yep.
yourself as yourself. So you don't go back into that crisis mode, right?
Mhm.
And to me, it's a beautiful differentiation. So I don't need to create a false urgency.
Yes.
I don't need to create a scarcity. I
Yep.
don't need to create any of that. I know my capacity. So when I have like limited space in a container, it's because that's for me in knowing how I want to show up for everybody there. And it's a different energy. It's more that one to one. And I want people who are there for the same reason. So I don't need to swing open the doors quite so wide, you know. So
Well, I think that's part of sovereignty, right? Is deciding how you want to show up and how you want to invite people into your space. I
Mhm.
think a lot of the gross bro marketing, dial up the pain, convince you need to be saved or fixed, and I'm the only person who can save you or fix you. You're not actually inviting them into your world. You're creating it's an antechamber,
Yeah.
right?
I like it.
You're
Yeah.
the wizard behind the curtain. You're not truly engaging with people in a way that is heartfelt, heart-centered, and is asking people to rise into their highest and best. I think a lot of those marketing tactics and the programs that are created around those marketing tactics actually keep you in these places of codependence.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I'm not here for it anymore.
Yeah.
I've been that person who's bought into that marketing, who has bought into those stories, who allowed myself, taking full responsibility for my choices, to be triggered in that way, then buy the thing and then take zero action on it because it was so energetically misaligned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Working with you, because we've done several different things together,
Yes.
has always felt aligned, and that all you would ever do is hold a container for me to keep reaching for my highest and best, my potential, expand my capacity without trying to
Mm.
shape it into a John shaped anything, right?
Oh, good Lord. When John shape is good enough in this world, we're good. Sorry. We need everybody else's shapes of the world. Yes.
I could not imagine another Shayna. Um, so
Yes.
I just really want to thank you for always holding
Mm.
a safe container for me to expand. I'm excited for the sovereign return. Now, this is a beta, right? This
Yes.
correct? So
Yes.
live cohort, people growing together, helping you refine
Yes.
this
Yes.
so that it can then turn evergreen. Is that the plan?
There'll be two
Currently?
paths.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. There'll be two paths after this. So yeah, the beta is definitely meant to bring in like that small intimate group of people who um, will help me do that further refinement, right?
Mhm.
Because it's always beautiful to have other people see what you can't see when you're so in the depths of
Yeah.
creation. And yeah, and then there will be two branches. One that will be evergreen, right,
Yep.
for that accessibility, and then I will continue doing cohorts for those who want that more personalized group community feel. So it'll be both.
That's so good. So
Yeah.
tell them about the program, how many people, when it's starting, the price, like
Oh,
some yeah,
the whole gig.
share.
Sure. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. So start date has not been defined, but targeting late June, early July. Once I have the first 5 people registered, then we'll set a good start date. There is a capacity of 10
Mhm.
because I do believe in holding trauma-informed spaces and creating that intimacy. I
Yep.
always want to keep those high. I do the same thing in my in-person sessions. And the price is going to be $333 for the
I
beta
love
because
the
I love
angel
my angel
numbers.
numbers. Yeah, ones and threes. Those are my
Yep.
numbers. And the program actually goes over 5. There's 5 stages, 5 modules. The first module is actually the honor and reflect, and it is taking that moment to pause and really just reflect on what brought us to this point, what brought you into the program up to this point. And Liz, I am loving your comments. I'm just going to say that right out here. Like, it's awesome. 33, yes. Um, it so yeah, reflect and honor is taking a look at that and what brought us to this point. What is it that we want to carry forward? What
Mhm.
has served to our greatest highest good that we're going to carry forward into the rest of the program. Then oh my gosh, I feel like pop quiz. I've been in this for so long. Um, then
Grounding.
oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the next module. But anyway, the next one we dive into is actually going to be about really evaluating our beliefs, our belief
Mhm.
structure, how those tie into our values, and what's actually planted there. Because what we are growing may not be suited to the soil that they're planted in. So it's really looking at that soil of our life, right? And what we say we want to plant versus the soil that we have. And how do we amend that soil? Or how do we choose the different things that we actually want to grow in our lives? And doing that really under the umbrella of beliefs. Then we'll go and start to look at the stories. We start to we do a lot of the kind of the mind clearing, those beliefs, those values, and really kind of it's a little bit more cognitive. But then from that point on, there's always going to be body checks during the whole process. But then when we move into clear, which is purely the breath, the body, so we will have the breath work sessions, we will have the movement, and that is where we start to connect holistically, right?
Mhm.
And once we clear our bodies, we clear the ground, we clear all of the stuff out, that's where we start to say, okay, now what is it that we're going to start bringing in, right? Let's create those plans. Let's expand
Yep.
this blueprint that we've created, that this vision, right? This is that or better. That's where this comes in. That's where, is this true? Like, I can't have, or I can't, nope, those all go away. How do we start to feel and vision what our life will be? Right? And so that's the expand, and then finally we arrive, and that is the celebratory closing of the program, which is you coming forward with your proclamation, with your declaration of who you are in your life and how you'll be showing up, right? And bringing everything forward that you've created through the program. Um, and I feel like it does kind of mirror so many of the steps of my own transformation, but in a much more ceremonial way, which I'm really excited about. And the stories. So it's been fun. It's been fun to do that. So that's the program. Those are going to be the 5 modules, 333. Pre-registration's open now. So yeah, that's the gig.
I love it. Well, I'm excited. So there's 9 spots available because or and
There's
maybe
9. Yes. Yeah.
because I've taken one of them.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so I'm here to extend the invite to my people to join
Thank you.
John and I on this journey. John builds the safest of spaces. I cannot give a higher compliment than that. The safest of space for me to be me, to show up fully in with the parts of me that are tender, the parts that I have protected, the parts I've been scared to look at, and all the ways in which I am big and alive and full. And in no way does his space ever squash me, ask me to be smaller or different than I am. So anybody who wants to join us on this, I invite you. John, do you have a link where there's like a sales page or anything that they could look at?
Actually, if you just go to thesovereignreturn.com, I think it should point you straight to the plan, I believe. I have to double check. I don't know. I'm learning new technologies and new platforms, so that was my intent.
Yeah, it takes you, let's see, it takes you to the Oracle's Breath. Oh, there we go. The Sovereign Return. All right. Yes. So I'm going to drop the link in chat. John is also on Substack. So give his Substack a follow. He is a beautiful writer. And Jerry, I know you are listening in. John also does some AI art. Jerry does gorgeous, stunning AI art, typically with beautiful, strong, powerful African-American women as their focal point. Just wonderful stuff. So you guys will have plenty to talk about.
I love it. I love it. Looking forward to it, Jerry.
Actually, John, I've shown you some of her work when I've been really excited. I don't know if you remember the one it's like this beautiful Black woman and her face is made up of like pages of a book.
Yes.
This was Jerry.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah, stunning.
Well, thank you for the intro.
You're welcome. So yes, please connect and whatever feels good and right. Join us on the journey if you feel called. Just to reiterate, 333. Start date will be late June, early July, but that date will not be picked until he has at least 5 people signed up. And there's space for a total of 10. So hope you can join us. John, do you have any last things you would like to say to the audience?
Thank you just for being here, for listening, and for just being you. I think that's it. Like it's an honor that we have the space, the ability, just all of that to even have these conversations in this way. And I think it's just magical. And I hope you find something to carry forward. Like, even if you don't join the program, you don't do it. Yay for showing up and listening and learning. And hopefully there was a little bit of inspiration to carry forward.
Yeah, John's like me in that he will only ever celebrate you doing what's in your highest and best. So a no is equally worthy of celebrating as a yes.
Yes, exactly. And Liz, you don't have to be an empath. You are absolutely welcome to join. Like it's a space you can be empathic without being an empath. And if you're looking to have that sovereignty and to create that mind-body connection, I'm all for it. That is my my whole reason to be, I guess. So
I love it. Well, I hope we get to go live together again sometime, because this has been a joy for me. And it won't always be because a friend of mine or myself are selling something, right? Because that's a nice little add-on to the conversation. For me, it's the conversation. It's the sparking of
Yes.
ideas and new thoughts, and introducing more people to sovereign profits, the sovereign return. Profit is protest. Like whatever it is that we feel called to share, like we're here to get our message out.
Yes.
So more lives, more often. And John, I hope you'll join me again.
Yes, more, please.
Thank you. More, please. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Favorite phrase. All
Yes.
right.
Yep.
Well, everybody,
Thank you so much.
happy Memorial Day. And for those of you that serve, have lost someone who has served, please know that I honor the sacrifices both of the servicemen and their families. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful, beautiful, lovely sovereign return.
Yes. I'll see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.